So now I've got a mean of 2, a standard deviation of 0.25. So this low standard deviation tells me that my graph is going to be pretty tall, and I want the probability that x is less than 1.4, so 1.4 will be somewhere over here. So I'm looking for this probability. But since my standard deviation is so close, my 1.4 is actually probably going to be a lot further away, because I know that most of my values are within 2 standard deviations. So if I subtract a half, that's going to give me 1.5, and that's 95% of my data. So my 1.4 is probably going to be more like over here. So let's calculate it. All right, so this time I'm going to change my window and make my y go taller, and I need to be around 2, so I'm actually only going to go 0 to 5. And then I'm going to make my y values go up a bit, so I'm going to guess 2. All right, so now let's do a distribution, and negative infinity to 1.4, and then I'll have 2 and 0.25. So like I thought, very little. And I can see that my area is really small, so my area is 0.8198. So my probability is 0.898. Is that right? 8198. Percent, or, and that value is exact, that decimal didn't keep going, so I can say exact, or exactly as the decimal, 008198. So I'm writing this down because of my next question. So explain why the probability from 1.4 to 2 is equal to a half minus that. Well, let's think about where 1.4 to 2 is. So I'm going to switch colors here and call this lime green. So looking at my picture, 1.4 to 2, well, that's going to be this probability in here. So if I went from 2 down, that would be exactly a half. So the probability that x is less than or equal to 2 is equal to a half. And then the probability that x is less than or equal to 1.4 is equal to 0.008198. So if I do the probability that x is less than or equal to 2 minus the probability that x is less than or equal to 1.4, that's going to leave me with the probability that x is between 1.4 and 2. So this is 0.5 minus my 0.008198. So that is why.